tell you what I was going to talk about. I don't know why this was coming to me today. Maybe it's just, it's coming up quite a bit. I was to see somebody today in hospital who, he's not much older than me, surgery to have a tumour removed. And went to see him. You know, the recovery's going really well and all the rest of it. They're going to send him home a little bit sooner than expected, and he's really pleased with this. And as we were talking, he was kind of revealing his way of thinking about it. That even in the early stages of diagnosis, he wanted the surgery. In his mind, the surgery equaled recovery. And to the extent that even before, once the surgery was scheduled, he started feeling better. He started feeling more energy and feeling better in himself that this was going to happen. So even when I saw him at Christmas, I thought, God, he looks really, really good. Much better than when I saw him even a few months before that, when the diagnosis had just been received. And in a few months, this guy has gone from maybe not eating the best, maybe not living the best, to suddenly realizing, hang on a second, this is all connected. How I live is how my body is how I die. So what was in my mind today was to talk about death and dying, and then you come in and you revealed about your dad. And so that made me kind of wonder, was it the right thing to talk about this evening? But we could talk about the whole process of living and dying as being the most natural thing in the world. And yet we can have so much fear about it. We can have so much fear about how our body gets old. Or how we can, how we might manage as we get older. All those kind of things can create huge fears for us. And yet, in our hands at the moment is huge ability in how we improve the way that we live. And it can be such ordinary things that we do that enhances our vitality, enhances our experience of joy, of beauty, of pleasure, of fun, of all of those things that are available here too. So if you think of Earth as, in the cosmos, for all we know, Earth is like Las Vegas. This is where everybody comes to have fun, yeah? This is where you get a body, because in the other places, you don't necessarily get a body. So you get a body when you go to Earth, and you can do all sorts with this body, yeah? And so as we're growing, we're finding out, what does this body do? How we're able to really get the most out of life through this. And how easy it is sometimes to get sidetracked if we go through an illness or stress or, life things that happen. It can easily sidetrack us into a way of life that's maybe not living at our fullest. Yeah. So it's really important that we heal whatever it is that stops us living life from the fullest. So whether it's doing whatever we can do that improves our health, doing whatever we can do that improves our well-being, really doing what we enjoy. I kind of feel, as a generation, we're really lucky. So our generation in this part of the world, I feel we're really lucky. More than our parents. Like, my father never left Ireland. He didn't want to either, but he never left Ireland. I couldn't get over this when I was younger. I was like, God, it's absolutely mad. Like, would you not just go to England even? And he was like, no, I'm never going to fly. So our generation, in loads of ways, we have opportunities that our parents and grandparents and so on never had. Even our ability and opportunity to experience other cultures. I grew up in rural Ireland where it was really rare to meet somebody non-Irish. And when you did, it was a big deal. My dad befriended this Pakistani family in Tralee. He used to bring them to the house. And it was so exotic. It was the most foreign thing ever. And I don't even know how many times we used to visit. But it was this big occasion whenever they did, and we would give them Irish food because they were in Ireland. And they would bring whatever sweets or things like that from Pakistan. Like they were living in Italy, but they would have these things. And it was so different. And now that's become really ordinary for us. And I feel that something similar is kind of happening with wellness. That, even if we go back 20 years ago, the only people who meditated, as far as I knew, were the Hare Krishnas. The guy that you would see, walking up and down Henry Street with the bells and the drums and all the rest of it. Like,